The hit horror anthology franchise is back for its fourth installment, and boy, did it not disappoint. And amongst other things I want to talk about with this film. So yeah, let's jump into the review of the new film, VHS 94. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another movie review. Today we're going to be reviewing the film VHS 94, which made its world premiere this year at Fantastic Fest 2021, and then will be available on Shudder October 6th, as it is a Shudder Original Film. So, if you've never checked out any of the previous films, again, this is an anthology, which means you can't appreciate this film in its entirety without checking out the other ones. But I strongly encourage that you do check out the other ones, because much like other anthologies, especially in horror, you know, there's always like Easter eggs or other little small things that connect them. And in this one, I know the easiest thing that I was able to identify is that this one features alumni from the other films, so you will see people who were in the other ones appear in this one in different capacities. You know, much like stuff like American Horror Story and whatnot. So you know, that's some of the small things, and then ultimately you could come up with your own theories about how they're all connected. Especially since this one's kind of premised around like the idea of it being a conspiracy, but hey, to each his own there. But yeah, so this one, VHS 94. You know, this one is about a mysterious VHS tape that has been discovered by this SWAT team, and now they're on this really high intense raid into this remote warehouse, where essentially they discover a sinister cult compound who has a collection of pre-recorded materials that uncovers a nightmarish conspiracy. So with that being said, this film is a found footage film, which I entirely love. Found footage horror films, they're so good, and they just always make some of the most simplest scenes so heightened, and it really creates such a good atmospheric horror that I don't know, it's I think ever since the first one I watched, I think one of the first ones I remember today is like Paranormal Activity. You know, ever since that, I just been hooked, and every single time I see a found footage horror film, it's just always good. No matter if I'll say it's always enjoyable, no matter if it's good or not. So when you get a good one, it's just always this icing on the cake for me. It's just like, yes, a good film plus it's found footage, very enjoyable. But along with that, like I said, it has good jump scares, and the effects and visuals are good and very true to that era of film, you know, considering this is 94. Yeah, the gore, the special effects, I mean, they truly got their money's worth. When you look at some of the makeup and costumes done in this film, they're really good. They're really impressive. And considering the style of cinematography here, you know, giving them slight reveals, so like, you know, you're seeing a little bit of the cosmetics, but yeah, it's still pretty good until you ultimately get the full reveal, and then it's like, wow, you know, it's the anticipation building up as to seeing like what's at hand here. But along with that, there's like a ton of mutated people. Like, you're seeing all sorts of different crazy combinations of things that, you know, you probably never want to see in your dreams, yet alone your nightmares, shall I say. But yeah, they got creative, and they really delivered. And like I said, when it comes down to this film, it's interesting, it's crazy, and it's very unpredictable. There are certainly a ton of just crazy turns that this film takes, especially from segment to segment. It just kind of like each and every one are basically like, all right, cool, that one was cool, hold my beer, I'm gonna double down on everything you did and do it better. So like, the deeper and deeper you get into the film, more heightened everything is, in regards to the gore, the scares, even the visuals. I think, you know, by the time the film is done, you're just ultimately impressed, like, of the buildup of it, and it was fun. And yeah, with that being said too, you're going from a rat man to an android killing death machine to this gun-toting coat of soldiers, and it's a total of 4 stories, as I said, and each of them has their own little twist embedded in it. So again, I enjoyed it, especially the android killing death machine. I mean, it was basically a first-person shooter. It was like Doom or Gears of War, but obviously with like 90s graphics or whatnot. But it was nuts. It was totally nuts. And you know, it just seems that like even when the stories kind of present themselves, no matter how like calm or normal it may seem, things always turn truly crazy. So, you know, as I said, the deeper and deeper you got into the film, the crazier and crazier things happen. And again, the special effect crew, they truly got their money's worth. I mean, they really did a fantastic job. Some of those stuff that you see is just kind of like jaw dropping and kind of make you kind of want to itch a little bit. Like it's really good. But you know, if you've already been following this franchise thus far, I think watching the fourth one is a no-brainer. But if you haven't, totally check this one out. This is good, and then go back and check out the other ones. This was really good, and I think again, as we get into the Halloween season, especially with Shudder with their 60-night days of Halloween, I think this is one you don't want to miss, folks. You don't want to miss. But check it out, VHS 94. Jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts about this. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.